Side Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Commanders is terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Swift. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and it'll be first down Detroit. The Lions had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these 2 probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses. But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
That's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike, and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's Goff. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. To throw is Goff. And it's caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And his kick here is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Hurts. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Catches the pocket and drops it for the loss of 3.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Here's Hurts to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Hurts. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Waste of time.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he finds McLaurin. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll run with Gibson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have moved out in front. So another touchdown for him on the year now, Charles. He had 2 in the opener last week and hits pay dirt for a 3rd time here.
And with good health, he's got a really good chance to be up there among the leaders in touchdowns scored when this season comes to an end. Quick question, partner. Is it bad luck to toast him with a sports drink?
Not at all, partner. I think that's a fantastic idea. Cheers. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Gone. And connecting here with DJ Sharp. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Touchdown! DJ Chark, his 1st touchdown of the new season, and the Lions have regained the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
It's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
This drive is almost over before it began. Thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, nobody could rip, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Lions are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Loaded with talent, DJ Chark hasn't been able to stay on the field to replicate a Pro Bowl season from 2019. Detroit gave him a big one-year improvement deal to see if he can recapture that form, and he comes through here with a 1st down catch.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them a ball game.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Yeah, this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Hurts sets up to throw it.
And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. On the return is Williams. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, and have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they barrel him for a big 9-yard loss.
That's a pretty darn good start this season. A sack in the opener, and a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that's caught inside the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Gibson.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he is going to bring this one back to the house. It's a Commanders touchdown on the scoop and score. Sly on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score. Commanders 28. Lions 10.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Out of the end zone comes McKinnon. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. Goff now looking to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it all pretty hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
2nd down, McKinnon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's gone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. The point after is good. And the lead is down to 11 and 28-17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time. And
we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. He'll look to throw. Thomas brings it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's got some space here. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Lions' 22-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line's got some smiles on his faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A 3-yard loss, 4th down now.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive.
And my goodness, another interception. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Detroit. 62 yards.
When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with McKinnon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit 1st down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here's Swift.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal.
One more time with Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Second down and a run by Robinson. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get another minute to go now in the football game. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Aiden Hutchinson brings him down, and that's a play he's